So we're live.
We're live. We're just waiting. No one's here.
Yeah. How can we tell? Oh, Chase joined.
Okay, we have
Hey,
people. Welcome.
Hello,
hi,
hello.
Lucille. Hello, Lena. Oh, this is crazy. I've never done this before. Oh, I miss you too. I'm nervous. I've never done this before. So I'll just wait for like a few more people. Okay, so the number that is there is okay. We'll wait for a few more people before I start answering the questions. This is my mom.
Hi.
So she's just hanging out with me for some moral support.
We should probably talk about, while we're waiting for people to get here, like, what's your least favorite thing about everything going on?
Least favorite thing?
Yes. And then what's your favorite thing?
Okay.
Wait, you go. I'm asking you.
My least favorite thing, I would just say not being able to see all my friends. I miss them. Favorite thing, I've gotten to see my family for a month, so that's really fun.
Oh, you're not sick of us yet?
No.
Okay. I know one of your other favorite things has to be Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, I have Chick-fil-A right now. It's awesome.
She was having withdrawals. No Chick-fil-A for almost a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite and least favorite?
Favorite thing would have to be just a slower pace of life. Least favorite thing is kind of the uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen, but hoping for the best.
Yeah. For a type A person, this is like a little stressful to not know what's going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to start answering questions now that we have a few more people on. Okay. So, oh gosh. It's not in order. I'll just start from the top of what is showing on here. Okay. How was the apartment hunting process for me? So, moving to Boston was a big ordeal. I think I kind of already knew the general area I wanted to be. Having a dog, I was like, I want to be close to Boston Common, but I also want to be really close to school, and so that really narrowed. Oh, hi. I'm answering your question right now. So I had a narrow kind of area that I wanted to look for in terms of apartments, and I wanted somewhere safe, and my apartment building has a concierge, so I definitely feel safe, and it's nice. Hi. It's really expensive though. That is a big downside to living so close to school, is how expensive it is, but I just kind of found the best bang for my buck, and that's where I'm at right now. So it wasn't too stressful, I think, because I really knew what I wanted. If you want to save a little money and be further from school, you can totally do that, because commuting on the T is not too terrible. Boston is a pretty safe city. Okay, how do I change this? I don't know if you can see who put the questions in, but I can obviously see it.
Oh my God.
This is from my friend Tim.
Tim.
How do I get my breath to not smell like 2-day-old Shake Shack and chicken shawarma all the time? I mean, I brush my teeth. And I think, honestly, like on a serious note, I use a tongue scraper, because that's kind of where you have like your bad breath from. So tongue scrapers are MVP. All right, let's look at another question. This is from my good friend Natasha. Do you love me? Yes or no? I do. You're great. Okay, next question. These are my friends. They're trolling me.
Oh my word.
This is from Samir. Who's the sexiest Indian guy in your class? What? Oh my goodness. Okay. Next question. How has online classes impacted your daily schedule? So for me, I'm someone who really does well on a schedule. So having all of this happen, it really threw me for a loop, and I was just kind of a mess. Like, even with the time change, it was only an hour, but it took me like a week to adjust to that time change. It was crazy. So I definitely had a period of adjusting. I would say about a week, and I'm pretty good on schedule now. Like, it's different, but we're figuring it out.
I'm just cracking up at your friends messaging right now.
Are they messaging?
Yes, they're at the top.
I don't see. Oh, she's talking about group chats.
Yeah, the notifications are coming up.
I'm not looking at that. Okay. Do you think being away from school is going to affect our hand skills on the long run? And this is from another D1. I am someone who has always kind of struggled on this front, so I'm a little nervous for myself. I can imagine if other people don't feel so confident in their hand skills right now, that you're also worried. I mean, I think it's going to affect us. I think practicing consistently is really beneficial for us, but because we haven't quite got the muscle memory down, so I'm a little concerned about this. But in the long run, I don't think it'll affect us too much. We're just going to probably be a little shaky when we start again, whenever that is. Okay, next question. Maybe I can just swipe. I'm going to try that. When are you going back to Tufts? This is a good question. We don't know this yet. Right now, Boston is under a stay-at-home advisory or order, one of those, until May 4th. And they actually have a curfew now for Boston until May 4th. So you can't be out from 9 p.m. until 6 a.m. Like that block, you're not supposed to be out. So I imagine we're not going back to Tufts for probably the start of D2 year. That'd be my guess, but I don't have a definitive answer yet. Okay. Favorite and least part part about dental school. Oh, I have a question. Do you think classes will continue to be online next year? It's a good question. I think it all depends on how this all plays out. You know, some scientists are saying that this is going to be something that's going to continue to the end of the year. Like in the summer, it's supposedly supposed to die down, but then it's going to pick back up again once it starts to get cooler. So we may be online for the rest of the year. I think there was talks at Tufts administration were saying maybe we'll start hand skills in 2021. We just don't know. Okay. I think so too. Okay. Favorite and least favorite part about dental school. Favorite part. This is my mother. Thank you. My favorite part is I've met such amazing people. I have the best group of friends. I have never had such a I've never had such a great group of friends like this before. And I don't know. In high school, I wasn't the most popular kid, and finding people who are also your same type of weird or get your type of humor, I think is kind of really something I found here in dental school, which is funny. So yeah, that's my favorite part. Least favorite part would be just that there is a good amount of stress, and if I'm not in my best mindset, it can really get to me. So knowing how to handle all the stress and try not to get swayed so easily with all that, because if you're someone who's can get anxious really easily, this is going to be intense. If you're someone who doesn't know how to handle stress very well, sometimes it's going to get to you. So you have to have a good support system or figure out how to handle it.
But I think Barry prepared you for that.
Yes.
I think Barry definitely helped you with your time management.
My master's program definitely did. What's your favorite thing about living in Boston? I like how everything's so close. Being able to walk everywhere is awesome. I'm a big fan. Hi, Connie. Yeah, I don't know. I really love Boston. I never thought I'd be a city girl. And some people be like, Boston's not a real city, but it is to me.
Yes, it is.
It is a real city.
How's it not?
I mean, compared to New York.
Nah.
This is from my brother Chase. He says I'm your favorite brother. I don't have any favorites.
He's a favorite middle brother.
Yeah.
Older brother.
Okay. Study time for each course. So, oh man, it depends. We have a pass-fail class called Intro to Dental Patient, and that one I don't spend too much time on. and I think also a lot of us don't really go to that class because it's pass-fail, and we can kind of figure out things from the PowerPoints. So I don't spend too much time on that one. OHP, there's a lot of busy work, so I didn't spend too much time outside of the busy work. Obviously studied for the exams like a day or two in advance. For neuroscience, I don't know. I studied a lot for that class for the first exam, and we just took it, and I don't know what my grade was, but I guarantee you it was very low. We'll see. So yeah, every class is different, but so far I would say clinical anatomy was a lot of time as well. Any research opportunities available at Tufts Dental School? Yes. There are so many opportunities, and as you go throughout the semesters, different professors will tell you if they have opportunities. Yes, Lulu agrees, neuro is a nightmare. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. You can easily find professors that want to do research. There's so many of them, and Tufts is really big on this. So if you are interested, you can definitely find someone, and there's a mixer in the spring semester for any D1s that want to do research. So definitely a lot of times you can try and find some research. Okay. Courses you are glad you took before going to dental school. So I did a master's program, and I would say any classes that I took in my master's program were very helpful. So gross anatomy, we didn't have cadavers, but it was so helpful. I would be drowning in clinical anatomy in that fall semester if I hadn't have taken it. What else? Histology I took in my master's program. That was really good. My professor was intense, and I'm glad because I learned so much and it really helped me. What else? Can't think of anything else right now, but taking anatomy is always going to be helpful, I think, before dental school. Courses you wish you took before dental school. Neuroscience. Because I'm struggling right now. Yeah, I think this is the only class where I'm just like, I don't know any of this material. I mean, you do get some dental courses that you probably have never seen before, but they're not too bad. Neuroscience is just a whole nother level. Does experience with cadavers help better prepare you for dental anatomy courses? Yes. When you're working with cadavers, you have to orient yourself on the body on a real person, and that's just something you have to learn, and it's difficult. There's a learning curve, that's what I'm trying to say. So cadavers will help, because doing gross anatomy in my master's program was helpful, but working on cadavers is just a whole nother ball game. Okay, what classes help best prepare you for dental school? I kind of talked about that.
Yep.
Advice on choosing pre-dental master's programs. So I don't know anything about the University of Kentucky. I know Rutgers is a good program. We have students that went to the Rutgers Masters, and they're really smart. And Barry, I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about the program. So I think Rutgers and Barry are both good programs. I don't know anything about University of Kentucky. So. What do you wish you knew before you started pre-professional studies at Barry? In my first semester at Barry, I didn't know how to study, and that was in undergrad. I didn't really know how to study either. So just trying to make sure that you give yourself some time to figure out how to study. I don't know, it's just something you kind of have to do some trial and error with. Like, are you going to study in a quiet place or in a cafe? Do you need to do group study sessions, or do you learn everything yourself? Things like that. Do you recommend living alone or with roommates D1 year? I'm actually married, so I kind of have a roommate. But if I'm speaking from what I've heard from my friends, roommates, first of all, is going to be cheaper, 100%. So I think that is just a big plus. So if you can afford to live alone, you have the luxury of just not having to deal with someone else maybe being messy. but roommates help split the cost. I would say my personal advice, if I were not married, I would probably live with an upperclassman, just because then you could get advice, but you're not living with someone in your class. If there's like any sort of conflict, it might get awkward. I don't know, that's just me. And someone asked,
What age do you start university in the United States?
we have high school until we're 18, and then undergrad, this is traditionally speaking. Undergrad, you're usually in from 18 to 22, and some people go straight from undergrad to dental school. So we have people in dental school as young as 22, as old as 40 plus. Okay, let me see here. What is next? What is your zodiac sign? I am an Aquarius. I'm sure that says a lot about me. My mom's an Aquarius too.
I don't know anything about that stuff though. Do you keep up with that?
I think a lot of it can be spot on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not like obsessed with it. I think it's interesting.
It's interesting to read the horoscope sometimes. But
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
yeah, I'm Aquarius. Have you thought of endo or specializing in general? Actually, a specialty that I have been interested in is perio because of my gum graft. Oh, this is funny. A lot of Aquarius are dentists. Yes, we're very type A, organized, intense people. But yeah, I really like perio, and I think if it weren't so much more additional schooling, I definitely would think about specializing. But I'm 26 right now, so at this point, I just kind of want to graduate and start making some money. I have a lot of loans, so that's just where I'm feeling right now. But I'm only in my first year, so anything is possible. Can you talk about DAT and GPA required at Tufts? Yes. So I have spreadsheets that I made before I started dental school because I had a ton of time, and I just love spreadsheets, and I'm sure
Gets that from her mama.
yeah, I'm sure other people can relate to that. So I can link this in my bio later if you're interested. This is from 2018 dental school stats. I use the ADIA guide, the online version. So Tufts, DAT, and GPA. Okay. So, this is 2018. The mean science GPA was 3.18. Mean GPA was 3.32. The mean academic average was 19.7. And the mean total science was 19.5. Thank you, beneath the teeth. That's nice. So, I think Tufts has lower stats, and that's just because it's a private school. Lower average stats. There are definitely students in my class with really high DAT scores and who are super smart. But generally speaking, the more costly the school, the lower the average is. If you have higher stats, you're very likely to get a scholarship then from like private schools, which is good.
But you have a YouTube video on that too.
Yes, I'm sure.
Leora did a lot of research on that.
Yeah. Thank you for the hearts. Hi, Samir. I already talked about you.
Missed it.
Are your parents in the health field? Why did you choose dentistry? This is a good question. So my mom is actually a realtor, a model, mom. What else? Entrepreneur. She does like a lot of business stuff for my dad because they both are business owners. So that's what she does. And my dad, I call him my dad. He's my stepdad. He owns his own company, owns two companies actually. They're both kind of self-made people. And my real dad, he actually, he is in charge of a lot of things. It's hard to explain. He's also someone who kind of built his way up. He's in charge of like getting migrant workers and getting them to go do watermelons and stuff like that. So I do not come from a family of healthcare providers. I'm actually first gen and going to be the first doctor in my family, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know how to say your name. Asa Toure.
But you were always I remember having this talk with Leora when she was in high school, because in 2008 she was you were what, like 14, I think? And that was when the economy crashed. And I remember telling Leora, I really think that you should choose something that, you know, if we go through another recession, you're still going to have a job. And so she was focused on going towards something in health. And then when she was in college, I basically showed her a receipt of an hour I spent at the dentist with her 2 little brothers, and it was $800. And I was like, I think you should think about being a dentist. And she's like, nah, I don't know. But I think that the 4-day work week sold her on it.
Yeah, I think it just when I was in college, I was pre-med, and then sophomore year I turned to pre-dent. I just looked at kind of what my passions were, and dentistry aligned more with my goals, and that was like being able to stay home if I want with my family, and also make a lot of money and be my own boss. Like, that was really big for me. Sorry.
The quality of life.
Red Bull. Yeah, quality of life is just better. So why did I choose dentistry? I shadowed a lot of great dentists, and they've just kind of inspired me to really also join them on that path. So I've had a lot of good mentors. Okay. What happens to students that fail courses? Do they get kicked out? This is different at every school. So I'll just say you'll have to ask other students that go to other schools to hear the full rundown of what they do. But at Tufts, there are students that fail courses, and do they get kicked out? So we have a committee called the Student Promotion Committee, and it's a case-by-case basis. So if you failed a good amount of courses and they don't feel that you've grasped the knowledge to go on to the next year, you can repeat the year. I think it's very rare that they kick you out. They give you the opportunity to remediate classes or remediate that whole year. So I know that's not like a cut and dry answer, but students do fail courses and they can remediate in the summer. Tufts is very forgiving. You know, you're paying a lot of money. They don't want you to drop out. How old are you? I am 26. I have a Groundhog's Day birthday, February 2nd. Do you think more students would cheat because exams are online now? Yes, I do. I don't know how, but I'm sure it's happened. Like, it's when someone's not physically in person watching you, I'm just sure it will happen. How do schools prevent that? I'm actually dropping a video today that's going to kind of go over this, but I'll still answer it. How do schools prevent it? Tufts has made us download additional software, and it just monitors us via our video camera and our microphone. So that's how they're adding additional monitoring, I guess. And they're going to be randomly checking people to make sure that they're not cheating. What's your least favorite thing about dental school? Oh, I think I already answered that one, yeah. But good question. How did you study for the DAT, and how long did you spend doing that? Oh. I have a whole video on this. It's very dated now, but I used iPrep. It is a pretty expensive course, but I needed the discipline that was like in that course to help me kind of stick to a schedule, and also like the resources were really great. How long did I spend studying? About 3 months, and that was my second time taking it. The first time I didn't realize that you needed to study, and my scores reflected that.
She didn't listen to me.
No. What other dental schools did you consider? I think I saw a question talking about this. Tufts was always number one for me. Nova was also pretty up there for a while. Midwestern is a great school. It was just a little too out of my price range for me. I thought, I don't know, it was just, the cost was a little too much for me. Tufts is a little bit cheaper, but kind of at my cap. So I didn't really consider any other schools.
But the thing to add about when you studied for your DAT was that you literally didn't have anything. You did it between graduating FGCU and going to your master's program.
Yeah, I took the whole
So
summer.
she took the summer and she focused strictly on that. And I even took care of Rascal, so
Yes.
she could study.
When you're paying for something, I feel like you're a little more motivated to like do well.
Yeah. Advice for D24 students, specifically based on your experience at Tufts.
Ooh, okay. Advice. Take school seriously. There's going to be a time to have fun, and it's just not in dental school. I mean, obviously you're going to have time to relax and enjoy the time off of studying, with your friends or family or whatever. But I think it's easy to kind of slack off a little bit in dental school, and Tufts is very forgiving, but you still want to do your best because at the end of the day, this is the things that you're probably going to need for your career. So you're paying a lot of money.
How are you handling your tuition? Loans or any school?
Scholars, yeah. So the way I kind of chose a school, I definitely had like a monetary cap in my mind of kind of how much I would pay in tuition. And being married helps because that's additional income. And so the goal for me was to have my husband's expense kind of cover the cost of living so I wouldn't have to take out those loans. So I'm only paying straight tuition in loans. But if we took out cost of living for the first year just because have the backup money. How am I handling tuition loans? So I only have the federal loans, and it's what they would give me. They don't give me the full amount because I'm married. So I hope that answered the question. Advice for today?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. So many questions. Is there anything you would have done differently about your first year in dental school? I think I don't have any regrets. Regrets.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've really tried to do my best, and I'm not someone who's gonna try and get all A's and burn myself out. Like, I know my limits, and I'm not gonna be an A student in dental school. I wish I could be, but I'm not, and I'm okay with that. So other than that, I relax a decent amount, and maybe I relaxed a little too much sometimes, but I make self-care. I make up for it. Study harder. I don't have anything I would do differently. Thank you. Okay. Tips for incoming dental students. I guess another tip would be save as much money as you can before dental school. Like, it is so helpful to have just like money. I don't know how to say.
No, that's a good idea because there's always going to be something coming up.
Yeah. Moving is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I think people don't realize like these loans will add up very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Save as much as you can and take out as little as you can if you can.
A lot of questions.
I know. I didn't think this many people would have that. Okay. Anything you wish you brought to your apartment that you didn't think of when packing? I'm pretty thorough
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to just anything. So, no, I was
you
pretty
were set.
prepared. Yeah,
Leora's a big planner.
I am. How often do you not wear scrubs to class? I'm someone who never really had to wear a uniform growing up, so having scrubs and I don't have to think about what I have to wear, this is like awesome for me. And they're cute. I have figs and they're comfy and they're a little expensive, but I wear them every day. There's hardly any days where I don't wear them. Does Tufts require business casual? So at Tufts, you either wear scrubs or business casual. Although it's a little more flexible, I feel like when you're only in lectures, because there's definitely some of my classmates who just don't wear the business casual. It's more casual, which is fine. We're not seeing patients yet, but if you're in the clinic, scrubs, business casual, 100%.
I have a question. How was your move from Florida to Massachusetts? I'm going to be an incoming D1 at BU next year, and I'm out of state.
Oh, that's so fun. How was the move? I recommend not driving U-Haul all the way up. I did it, and it was terrible. I mean, I did it with the dog as well. That was just stressful. If you can, hire movers. That's like,
Yeah, you guys kind of went the hard way about it. She's got a whole YouTube on that too.
yes. That was not fun. Okay. Hello, Theo Judy. Okay, next question. Uh-oh, what's happening?
Stuck.
When do you find out your scrub color and when do you get it embroidered? Also, is it free? At Tufts, I think we found our scrub color out like a month or two beforehand, maybe 2 months beforehand. And when do you get embroidered? Whenever you want. And it's not free, so I wish it was. I think Figs might have a discount that you could do if you have them embroidered through Figs. I'm not sure. I think you still have to pay. What is orientation like? Do you dress up for the socials? Orientation, we didn't have our scrubs in. There was like a mass order that was through Figs, and so a lot of people didn't have their scrubs. So we were on business casual for like a good 2 weeks, I think. It was a while. Orientation is fun. It's a great time to get to know everyone, and you get so many new things. You have what's called like Christmas in July, Christmas in August, because you get so many dental instruments, and you're like, what are these things? I don't know. I have so many. Like, I'm going to use this. What? Do you dress up for the socials? We haven't had any social. Oh, we have. I was like,
You did.
There's been a lot of socials at bars. I just haven't gone to them. Okay. How many schools did you apply to? I applied to 12 or 13, I think. I was just trying to see what was in my range of my academics and my DAT and tried to do that. So I think that's all the questions that I have.
I think so.
I feel like there was more. I just, oh wait, yep, they're popping up.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
How are you handling the tuition and fees? Oh,
Did
no,
we do
you
that?
already answered that.
Oh, okay.
I think you got them all.
Oh wait, here's one.
Oh.
Will dropping classes with a W reflect on getting into dental school? No. I had like 2 withdrawals in dental school, and I don't think it affected it, but I also did a master's, so I don't know.
Hey, Shasta.
Okay, I think that's all that's showing up right now, so thank you for your questions. Yes. I hope you had fun. I guess I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.